Welcome to Braves Country Radio. We are excited to bring you a brand new season, your home for the classic call of radio baseball.
Lineup for Braves Country by D.M. McGee. A is for Aaron, the Hammer and Hank, the real home run king. Take that to the bank. B is for Bobby. Cox never cowered. He'd give Blue quite an earful on his way to the showers. C is for Chipper. Don't call him Larry. He would show up in Shea, the Mets he would bury. D is for David. Justice he'd bring. A Game 6 solo brought Atlanta their ring. E is for Eddie Matthews. 512 bombs away. Lit skies from Boston to Milwaukee to the A. F is for Fred. McGriff dog-biting crime. A fire was lit the day he arrived. G is for Glavine. Southpaw winds and kicks, changing speeds east and west, a gem in Game 6. H is for Harry and his brother George Wright. The father of baseball, Boston pennants in flight. I is for inning, ending double play. Riley to Ozzie to Olsen all day. J is for Jones. Andrew let her fly. And his gloves in center is where singles would die. K is for strikeouts. A plenty from Strider. The quads in the stash, getting swings from that slider. L is for Lopez. Javi to B-Mac. Travis and Smurf, we've been lucky to see that. M is for Mad Dog. He won 355. Could swat flies with the changeup and still bust you inside. N is for Necro. He got to the hall by bending and knuckling and floating that ball. O is for Otis. Old Nixon could fly. The catch at the wall baffled our eyes. P's still for Peterson. We were all rockin' pearls. With Eddie and Jorge, we were out of this world. Q is a quandary for why Dale is not in. Murphy MVPs again and again. R is for ranking. The top pitcher's lore. Remember Kid Nichols, 107 WAR. S is for Smoltzy. The big three in the hall. When the game's on the line, you give John the ball. T is for Tyler, Matzik, and the gift of 2021, the entire night shift. U is for Chavez, but we say Uncle Jesse. The frames, the release, kept the batters guessing. V is Van Weeren, Skip Carey 2, Don Ernie Joe, the tales from the booth. W is Warren, Spawn Johnny Sane. They'd ride him in Boston and then pray for rain. X is Mazzoni. Yeah, X marked the spot. Leo rocked next to Bobby, and his pitchers stayed hot. Why it makes us feel young, the game's main appeal. Chopping through the battery, there's no better feel. Z is for Zip Boom Bam, Rama-Lama Ding Dong. Throughout the summer, we sing that song. From AJ to Eyeglasses and a hell of a pen. Mad Max, Uncle Charlie, win after win. A cannon from short, and RC you later. Acuna Matata, there is no one greater. Though you can't fit them all when you just A to Z. Think of your favorites in the rafters we see. I started with 3, then 10, 25, 47, 31, and of course 29. Let's not forget 21, 41, 35, the great 44, or 755, and old number 6, who led his great teams. The pennants were flying. It felt like a dream. From Boston to Milwaukee, to Atlanta's TBS, a family, a tradition, Braves country's the best. Lineup for Braves Country by D.M. McGee.
I state your name.
I state your name.
Do hereby pledge allegiance to the
armchair
with liberty for all.
You're in Braves country.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention now to the area in front of the pitcher's mound for tonight's ceremonial first pitch.
You can't drink like me. You can't smoke like me. So don't try and be like me. Let's party together.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
What the hell's going on out here? Well, scared because his eyelids are jammed and his old man's here. We need a live rooster to take the curse off Jose's glove, and nobody seems to know what to get Millie for their wedding present. We're dealing with a lot of
Baseball is a beautiful thing. It's more beautiful in an old park. It's asymmetrical and quirky. But even in a dome with artificial turf, it's beautiful. The way the field fans out, the choreography of the sport, the pace and rhythm of it, the fact that that pace and rhythm allows for conversation and reflection and opinion and comparison.
In right field, the crowd is tormenting Strawberries, singing Darryl, Darryl. Little roller up along first, behind the man. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win.
And there's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes. And the Yankees are going to the World Series. Aaron Boone.
Ground ball stabbed by Polk. He has it. He underhands to first for the first time in 86 years. The Red Sox have won baseball world championship. Can you believe it?
It's a pastime, something you do. It's entertainment, something you watch. And it's a shared experience, something you talk about and read about. But you can apply those same three criteria to other things. What makes baseball special is that it's the best game that's ever been devised.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy.
Sure as God made green apples, someday the Chicago Cubs are going to be in the World Series.
A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's inside. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series. Cubs win. What a lucky break. The good Lord wants the Cubs to win.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
If baseball is about caring, about loyalty and rivalry.
Braves fans are on their feet hoping for some kind of a bleeder or a seeing-eye single. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball hit high and deep down the right field line. It's going back, back, back. Is it fair? Is it zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Ram-a-lam-a ding-dong, a 3-run shot, and your Atlanta Braves have taken a 1-run lead. She's gone, baby!
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America you get in a ballpark. And it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
People will come. They'll come for reasons they can't even fathom. Not knowing for sure why they're doing it. They'll arrive at your door as innocent as children, longing for the past. They sit in shirt sleeves on a perfect afternoon. They have reserved seats somewhere along one of the baselines. Back when they were children, cheered their heroes. It'll be as if they'd dipped themselves in magic waters. The memories will be so thick that I've brushed them away from their faces. People will come. The one constant through all the years has been baseball. America has rolled by like an army of steamrollers, and erased like a blackboard. Rebuilt and erased again. Baseball to mark the time. This field, This game is a part of our past. It reminds us of all that once was good. And it could be again. Oh, people will come. People will most definitely come.
We're all told at some point in time we can no longer play the children's game. We just don't know when that's going to be. Some of us are told at 18, some of us are told at 40. But we're all told.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have. And the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
Which team do you play for?
Well,
Well, I was just wondering, because I couldn't figure out why you would throw home when we've got a 2-run lead. You let the tying run get on second, and we lost the lead because of you.
Touch them all, Joe. You'll never hit a bigger home run in your life.
You're in Braves country. If there's a bigger thing going on right now, I don't know what it is. We're down to one strike here. Gurriel, the last hope for the Houston Astros. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced over to Dansby. Dansby fires it over to Forrest. And here comes the dog pile. Fire the cannons in the battery. Do the chop. All throughout Braves country, pop that top! Your Atlanta Braves have won it all!
Here's a list of the players we'll be inviting to camp.
I never heard of half of these guys. And the ones I do know are way past their prime.
Most of these guys never had a prime.
This guy here is dead.
Cross him off, then.
The local press seems to think we'd save everyone a lot of time and trouble if we just went out and shot ourselves.
We got uniforms and everything.
You know, you might think about taking Jesus Christ as your savior instead of fooling around with all this stuff.
I like him very much. He no help with curveball.
You trying to say Jesus Christ can't hit a curveball?
But I'll tell you, these fans are great. Listen to them. Hey, way to go, Rick. All of Ohio loves you. Come on, baby. Come on, Ricky. Come on, Ricky.
The game doesn't stink. It's a great game.
If you build it, he will come.
You know, one of the best things about being an ex-big leaguer is getting freebies to the game. Call the front office, bingo. And once these fans recognize me, I probably won't even have to pay for my light pyramid. I love them. Good seats, huh?
You're in the wrong seat, buddy. Come on.
Oh, I must be in the front row.
Come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We direct your attention now to home plate.
Please remain standing. We call your attention to our band here today. They will be jointly directed. And now, another fixture. Our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we once were so
At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce today's teams as participants in this historic game.
Play ball! Good seats, hey, buddy. He missed the tag! He missed the tag! He missed the tag!
On a beer? 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Pull up an armchair, girls and boys, and pour you a cold one. It's time for Braves Country Baseball. You're listening live, and the Atlanta Braves are on the road again. We're set for pitch by pitch, play by play, the classic call, Braves Country Baseball. Hi, I'm Mac McGee. It's time to put it all aside for what should be a great game here on the Diamond. As we take you out to the old ballpark, kick up your feet, let's take a journey back to the golden age of radio baseball. We'll do our best to paint the picture as the game goes along. Roll call is on the way. It's time to join the country club, join in the fun. It's time to chop along. Go ahead and put your game face on. Here are the starting lineups for today's action. Leading off and patrolling center field for your Atlanta Braves, it's Michael Harris II. 13 home runs, 40 RBI, 3 stolen bases, batting .313. Ozzie Albies batting second, playing second. 10 home runs, 36 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .281. Matt Olson batting third, playing first. 19 home runs, 50 RBI, 2 stolen bases, batting .271. The Dominator is your designated hitter tonight. Dominic Smith has 6 home runs, 28 RBI, a .292 average. Batting fifth, playing left, Mauricio Dubon, 6 home runs, 37 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .261. Austin Riley, batting sixth. What? 8 home runs, 34 RBI, 4 stolen bases, batting .209. Couple of guys that should be hitting in front of Riley. The Yaz, .234 average, 3 home runs, 17 RBI, 1 stolen base in right field for the injured Acuna. He went up to the IL today. Jorge Mateo, batting eighth, in short, batting .291, 4 home runs, 11 RBI, 7 stolen bases. And Austin Wynn, 4 for 46 on the year. He's got a couple of hits that's coming over for Atlanta. He raises average to .087. On the mound for your Atlanta Braves, it's Chris Saleday. He's 8-4 with a shiny 2.23 ERA and a 1.03 whip. 72 innings, 86 strikeouts, 56 hits allowed, 19 walks, 6 home runs served. He'll be going head-to-head with the youngster Davis Martin. Davis Martin has an impressive 8-2 record and a 2.61 ERA, a 1.11 whip. 72 innings, 73 strikeouts, 63 hits allowed, 17 walks, and 3 home runs served. Backing up Martin in the bottom of the first inning, leading off and playing second base, it's Mydroth. 5 home runs, 21 RBI, 2 stolen bases, batting .274. Randall Grichuk, the designated hitter, batting second. 6 home runs, 19 RBI, .267 average. Vargas is batting third, playing third. a .243 average with 16 home runs, 43 RBI, 9 stolen bases. Cuero's behind the plate, batting cleanup, 2 home runs, a .190 average. Montgomery, the rookie who was the hero last night for the White Sox, 2 for 5 with a home run, 3 RBIs in last night's debut contest. Hill is in left field, 4 home runs, 7 RBI, a .211 average with 6 stolen bases. Gonzalez batting 7th, playing first, 1 home run, 5 RBI, batting .333 in 24 at-bats. And Lil Acuna is batting 8th and playing short. 6 RBI, 11 stolen bases, batting .188. Peters is patrolling center field for the Chicago White Sox, batting .303, 2 home runs, 18 RBI, 4 stolen bases. He does not hit lefties well at all. It's a little bit of a head scratcher that they decided to throw him up against Sale. Our pick to click tonight, the Atlanta lineup. There's only been a couple of guys who have ever seen the right-hander Martin. The Yaz is 2 for 4 lifetime, and Mateo is 1 for 1 with the home run and 2 RBIs. So we were tempted to take them, but they hit a little too low in the lineup to see enough. So let's go with Dominic Smith. We haven't taken the Dominator in a few days. We'll take Dominic Smith batting cleanup, give some protection to Olsen. We'll take your Atlanta Braves to win a tight one, a low-scoring one, but get enough runs tonight for Chris Sale to prevail. Give me Atlanta 4-1.
Keep playing like this, will be the laughing stock of the league.
All right, boys, let's get back to basics. This is a baseball. The object of the game is to keep the baseball within the confines of
Braves country.
Well, it's about that time. Grab you a cold one. Find you an armchair. Atlanta Braves baseball right here on Braves Country Radio. Your modern-day superstation bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves and our one-of-a-kind production. Take us anywhere you go for over 300 play-by-play games right here on the BCR. Please like and subscribe today. Don't forget to hype the videos. It helps the smaller stations to bring folks in so we can all root this great game on together. Join the country club today, and a special thanks to all the members in the country club. You help support the BCR.
Get this bus moving.
Stop.
Come back.
Too late.
Roll call! Yeah, roll call!
You're in Braves country.
Welcome in, Braves country. We'll start at the 7:23 mark where Iron Lung re-upped on the country club membership.
We accept one of us. We accept one of us. Uber gobble, uber gobble, uber gobble. One of us.
We accept that one of us. We accept that one of us. Uber gobble, one of us. Uber gobble, one of us. Uber gobble.
Shut up! Oh my God, I don't care!
Uber gobble, one of us.
We've also got Mark Ricky Ricardo. Lucy, he's home. Iron Lung. What you talking about, Willis? Everybody loves Raymond. Uncle Charlie. Justin Green Machine. Rosemary, I beg your pardon, we didn't promise you a rosemary garden. See, Rosemary's been practicing her latitude and longitude. KC Thinker. Chris Rumsey, good to see you, sir. Butters. James Fisher King. That's right, Sale's on the mound, Rosemary. But we're going up against a tough righty. We've never seen him before. Supposedly he's got pretty good stuff. I'm anxious to watch this one. Who else do we have in here tonight? Matt Hill. Thought I saw Royal Pita in here pushing buttons. My man Nathaniel Brooks. No way Jose's in here. There's Royal Pita. Chris Brown. Snookman, good to see you. John Shealy. I always want to say, before it lights up, I always want to say Jones and then Johns, but it's John Shealy. I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing that correctly. Who else do we have in here today? Brandon Berry, Susan Gray, Teddy Reed, I think I'm at the bottom. If we haven't said your name, jump on in. There's Underwaters. Underwaters, did you see we promoted Vogel Fat 2 Electric Boogaloo? We have it pinned in the comments for anyone that missed it. Rowdy Tellez took it's a strange move because he in no way, shape, or form can play outfield. Play-by-play is on the way, and as soon as the 3D kicks in, we'll kick it in. Scotty B! Pretty sure I already got Mark. Good to see you, Mark. I'm hoping that they put Rowdy Tellez into pinch run. If y'all haven't seen Rowdy Tellez before, don't remember what he looks like. Beat Up Vegans, good to see you. That's one of the best names I've ever seen. Royal Pita, as we're getting ready for first pitch. We got a few minutes. I'll stay here because we don't have enough time to play the intro video. It's a few minutes longer than what we've got. Just throwing Pita. Supposedly it's a inflammation in his right arm, and usually it's not a very long stint when they do this. Usually they just want to reset. They used to call it dead arm, and now they'll say right inflammation. It just means that they need a break. And so the best way to do that, as opposed to just crippling your pitch, your bullpen, is to go ahead and put him on the IL and have him reset. So he'll be on the IL minimum 2 weeks, and then could possibly be back then. Sometimes they need a rehab assignment. My guess would be, unless this thing really crawls out of control, that he'll be back sometime around the beginning of July. And hopefully it's not a long-term deal. But J.R. Ritchie is coming up, and they asked me, let me go over some of those notes while we got a chance. First of all, for those of y'all who follow college baseball, Troy Tulowitzki, former MLB shortstop and his assistant coach at Texas, they're saying that he has expressed interest in getting a full-time managerial job, or coaching job as they call it down in the college ranks. So be on the lookout for his name in the near future with them having a good season. Well, Walt Weiss said about Ronald Acuña Jr.'s hamstring that he didn't expect it to be as bad as the last one. So he goes on the 10-day IL, and the hope is that he'll be back in a couple of weeks. They're calling it a strain or a tightness. I'm sorry, a tightness is the catchword they're using. And J.R. Ritchie is coming up, and Weiss said that it was not to start, but to fill innings in the bullpen. So he may only be up for the end of this series. They may even keep him up till the end of the week, and then they may send him back down to go get stretched out, or to stay stretched out. He last pitched on Friday, so there's a possibility that he could start this weekend, but they have not committed to it. And James Karinchak, for those of y'all who don't remember him, he was an elite reliever, and he is up with the Braves. A lot of people were excited about him during the spring training when they got him. He's looked pretty good. He's had some metrics that kind of shades away from being dominant as he used to be, but nonetheless, he's going to get a chance to prove his movement on his ball. When he's got it going, it moves darts all over the place. So we look forward to that. But with J.R. Ritchie coming up, he is essentially coming in to take a long role, kind of like what they did with Didi Fuentes early in the year. When he would come in, it would be 2 to 3 innings. They're not expecting J.R. Ritchie to be up long term, and they work him down into the back of the bullpen like they did Diddy. They see him as an actual full-blown starter, and they don't really want to mess up him being stretched out, because we all know injuries happen in Major League Baseball, and they want to keep him stretched out. So the idea would be is that he would at least finish out the White Sox series, maybe even go to New York to finish out with the Mets, and then probably go back down to stay stretched out. Chicago White Sox are wearing their classic home whites with the black pinstripes as we take the screen down, as they have already taken. White Sox have done very good about that. Good to see Ashleigh. And there's Bobby B. You're the coach for me. Atlanta Braves are wearing their road blues, gray pants, Atlanta across the chest in red outlined in white. The tomahawk the same, striped in gold. Numbers the same on the back, and the names in white, blue ball cap, white A representing the city of Atlanta. The Sox jersey, black pinstripes, white top to bottom, black hat, and the SOX going down diagonal from the top of the hat to the bottom of the hat, left to right. Davis Martin coming on, the 2.61 ERA. 73 strikeouts to 17 walks. And he comes set, finishing up his final warm-up tosses. This should be a fun one. The White Sox are using their all-rookie outfield out there tonight, so that's a pretty fun thing if you're a White Sox fan. They got Peters, Montgomery, and Hill. And it looks like that we're going to get this game in. By the way, tomorrow night's game, it doesn't look good. They're talking about like 93% chance of rain right now going into the first pitch. Michael Harris digging in. And Martin comes set, and yes, sir. It is baseball time in Braves country, and the first pitch on the way. It's high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. The 1-0. What you would hope is that the youngster doesn't have his best stuff tonight is the 1-0. High and outside the zone. Ball 2, 2-0. 2-0 count. Righty, lefty, infield back and to the right. He'll drop the cutter in there, and it's 2-1. What you'll get from Davis Martin tonight is a 6-pitch mix. He's got a four-seamer that he leans on 26% of the time is the 2-1 pitch swing. Pops it up, back fouled out of play. And of course, remember, these Braves hitters, they've never seen him before, so there's going to be an adjustment period regardless. You just hope he's not hitting his marks. Sinker comes in at 17%, as does the changeup. Slider 15, cutter 13, and the curve 12. He's a very balanced pitcher, the 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and strike 3. So 1 up, 1 down as Harris shaking his head, heading back to the dugout. Talked about it in the pregame heading into this series, but this is a talented White Sox team, and just because they're not household names doesn't mean that you don't have to be aware of this. Aware of these guys that are coming to the plate and on the bump. Righty-lefty matchup. Ozzie Albies takes the first pitch down and in. Check swing. Did he go around? He did not. It's 1-0. Left to right across the outfield for the White Sox. It's Hill, Peters, and Montgomery. The 1-0. Swing. Lifts it high. Fairly deep into right field, but not deep enough. Just in front of the warning track. F9 your scorecard, and there's 2 down. Left to right across the infield, it's Vargas, Acuna, little Acuna, Mydroth, and Gonzalez. Cuero behind the plate, and Martin on the bump. Chicago comes in plus 131 on the money line. Atlanta minus 142. The over-under was 7 in the desert. First pitch is a strike on the outer edge, four-seam fastball. It's 0-1. Matt Olson hit 2 home runs last night to run his total to 19. And in fact, the other 2 that he put distance on, he came really close to hitting 4 home runs last night. The 0-2 ropes it down the line as the cutter. The 0-2 count. Dixon fires. Changeup. 1-2, followed by the four-seam fastball way outside the zone 2-2. We're trying to, for some reason, the video lagged behind. Pitch on the way to Olson. In the dirt. And it's a full count. So full count to Matty. 2 outs, nobody on. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. 94 miles an hour. Blew it right by him, and that'll end the inning. Braves nothing, White Sox nothing. It'll be Chris Sale's turn when we return here in Braves country. Where do you come from? Where do you hail from?
You're in Braves country.
It's always great to hear where everybody's listening here in Braves country. Sure, Chris. Sure. Braves nothing. White Sox nothing. Chris Sale will go to work. And the lefty. Most of y'all are pretty familiar with it by now, but he'll show you a 4-pitch mix. A slider 42% of the time, the 4-seamer 38% of the time. Changeup 10 and the sinker 9. First pitch on the way from Chris Sale is a 98-mile-an-hour 4-seamer. Well off the plate, it's 1-0. Last few starts, he's struggled a little bit in the early going, but he tends to keep the Braves in the game. The key to Atlanta tonight is to get him some runs. The 1-0. Fastball. Fouled down the right field line. Out of play. 1-1. Not a huge crowd tonight, but it poured in the Chicago White Sox Stadium about 2 hours ago. So there might have been a lot of people thought about going to the game that held up the 1-1. Kicks and fires. P at the knees. 98 on the inside cut. It's 1-2. Meidroth was wanting to challenge that, and I think he was too late to do it. Man, that's a shame because he would have lost one for sure. That pitch right there painted the black. The 1-2 pitch. Swing, pops it up. High in the sky. Giving chase is the Yaz. And F9 for out number 2. That was in foul territory. If you keep up with that kind of stuff on your scorecard. Left to right across the outfield for your Atlanta Braves, it'll be Dubon, Harris, and Yastrzemski. Riley, Mateo, Ozzie, and Olsen left to right around the horn. And tonight it's Austin Wynns behind the plate, and of course Chris Sale on the bump. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch, Randall Grichuk, 99-mile-an-hour fastball. 0-1. The 0-1. Grichuk batting .276 on the year. Swing. Lifts it into left, and then he'll drop it down for a base hit. And it's a one-out single for the Chicago White Sox to get them started here in the bottom of the first. Not a hard hit ball, but got just enough on it to lift it over the infield. Way too shallow for Dubon to make a play on it. Grichuk with a pretty good lead out there on the first base side. First pitch. Slider down and in. It's 0-1. Miguel Vargas batting .371 on the OBP, on base percentage. All in all, his OPS is .869. The 0-1 pitch. 98-mile-an-hour four-seamer. Misses inside, 1-1. On deck is Cuero and Montgomery in the hole. Braves nothing, Sox nothing. Bottom of the first. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. 99 miles an hour. Chris Sale bringing it. Sale eating his spinach. It's 1-2. I don't think I've seen him register that the entire time he's been a Brave. Assuming that's accurate. 1-2 count. And if he's anywhere close to that, that's a 20-mile difference between his slider and his fastball. The 1-2. Swing, chops it off the plate. Foul into his instep, and we'll do it again. Yeah, that four-seamer registering at 99. The one behind it, 98, and those sliders are coming in around 80. The 1-2 pitch, swing, lifts it into left center field, and coming up scooping it is Michael Harrison. 2 soft hits once again to get the White Sox going here in the bottom of the first. Same thing on his last outing. It's incredible. They'll tell you all those expected stats that those should be outs, but nonetheless, they got first and second and 1 out. Just a very soft hit ball over the infield. A little surprised with Grichuk's speed that he didn't make it to third. First and second, 1 out, first pitch. 4-seamer, 98 miles an hour. It's 1-0, just outside the zone. The 1-0. Kicks and fires. Right there, changeup at the knees. It's 1-1. The 1-1 count. Brings it. Rifles it foul down the right field line. It's 1-2. Chris Sale, of course, started his Chicago White Sox career, started his MLB career in 2010. He was there for 7 seasons, left after 2016, then went to the Boston Red Sox, and he was there till 2023. Fought a lot of injuries in Boston. The 1-2 pitch, swing, fouls it away. So a 1-2 count. Then he came to Atlanta in 24. He won the Cy Young Award. Might have won it last year, to be honest with you, but the injury on the diving for that ball in the infield cost him 6 weeks. The 1-2 pitch, 4-seamer, just misses. I mean, just misses. It's 2-2. So close. Did look like it missed the zone. The 2-2 pitch. Swing, chopper down the third baseline, and will do it again. Infield in double play depth with Ozzie cheating towards second. Back into the left. The 2-2. Outside wide, 4-seam fastball, and it's a full count. That was also Chris Sale's 18th pitch of the inning. Braves nothing, Sox nothing. First and second, 1 out. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 98 miles an hour, pumping it right by his letters, and there's 2 down. Big time pitch there by Chris Sale, his first strikeout of the night. Chris Sale, 6'6", 180-pounder. And he's from Lakeland, Florida. Played his college ball at Florida Gulf Coast until drafted in the first round by the White Sox. First pitch, swing and a miss. Montgomery coming out of his shoes. It's 0-1. Montgomery hit that home run last night on Raziel Iglesias. The switch hitting, power hitting outfielder. The rookie got his first MLB appearance last night. The 0-1. Swing. Laces it over towards third. Riley had to wait for the in-between hop. He'll flip it to first, and that'll end the inning. So a good job of getting out of the jam. We go to the second inning. Braves grab the bats. When we return, 0-0 your score.
Consider going along with some drug testing policies that he wants to put into baseball, and I'll tell you, the players seem very united against that. Despite the urgings of the commissioner, they just feel it's an invasion of privacy.
Perhaps it is, but then again, there's so much bad publicity coming down day after day after day.
There's the 2-0 to Horner, and that's a strike at the inside corner. Well, I don't think that they're going to go along with the policies that Uberoth wants as is, but there may be some area for compromise in there, hopefully. 3-1 to count and Bob Horner. Horner hit into a force play his first time. That's well out of here. Deep to left field. How far is it going? It almost made it to the club level. A long 2-run homer for Bob Horner, his 27th of the year. RBIs number 87 and 88. And the Braves are back to within 2.
And, of course, tonight we're going to see the red-hot New York Yankees. I've just seen them in a 4-game series in New York, probably one of the hottest hitting clubs in baseball. You know, when you're talking about hitting, you're talking about one of my favorite subjects. 200 lifetime batting average, tied me with another sports great, averaging 200 or better for a 10-year period. But, you know, a lot of people looking in tonight, I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, sure, you can talk the way you do because it was always easy for you. This is not true. I've had my problems, all incidents that happened during the ball game with me hitting. Coming up in the 9th inning of a ball game, bases loaded, 2 outs, down by a run. And to look in the visitors' dugout and see them sitting there with their street clothes on. I've had incidents happen where I'd come home maybe a 0 for June, 0 for July. And I'll never forget what my dad used to tell me. Why don't you get a job? But these are little things that never bothered me. Maybe to look down at the third base coach for a sign, have him turn his back on you. Or maybe the catcher, instead of putting a sign down, just hollering out and telling the pitcher what to throw.
Welcome back. Davis Martin goes to work. First pitch on the way is a 93-mile-an-hour four-seamer up top. It's 0-1. Dominic Smith, the batter. The 0-1. Brings it down and in. Missing with that curve. 1-1. 1-1 count. Davis Martin, 6'2", 215-pounder. It's from Abilene, Texas. The 1-1 pitch swing. Roasted over towards second, but it's an L4 in your scorecard to start the inning, 1 away. One up, one down, and Mauricio Dubon, the batter. First pitch to Mauricio is an 88-mile-an-hour cutter. It's 0-1. Righty, infield back into the left. The 0-1. Peppers pitch foul towards the right first base dugout. It's 0-2. The way he dropped the bat there, I thought it might have hit him in the hand. Must have just been a stinger because it didn't get anywhere near his hand. 1-2 pitch swing. Laces it towards center field, and that's down for a base hit. And it's a one-out single here to get things going in the top of the second inning.
Pardon me, would you have any... But of course. One of life's finer pleasures.
Good piece of hitting there by Dubon, and Austin Riley to the plate. Righty, sinker in the dirt. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Braves nothing, Sox nothing. Top of the second inning. Turns and kicks. Upstairs, 94-mile-an-hour. It's 1-1. One count. Kicks and fires. Drops a curveball in there. It's 1-2. They've got a baseball game going on in Washington, D.C. right now. It's the annual congressional game, and the Republicans lead the Democrats 4-0. The 1-2 pitch. Inside out, that got Riley in the arm, and he'll head on down to first. So when you're struggling like that, sometimes the best way to get aboard is to stick your chicken wing out there. He appears to be okay. bad as he's been struggling, you still don't want to see him go to the IL for some kind of reset because it may just take that much longer. So 2 on and 1 out. First pitch to the Yaz is right there. Cutter for a strike. It's 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup. J.R. Ritchie also confirmed, by the way, that he would be pitching out of the bullpen, and they're not expecting him to start. Now, that all could change in the blink of an eye, but as of right now, he's expected to be bullpen help. The 0-1. Changeup misses outside wide. 1-1. And there was some speculation. It doesn't appear to ring true, but you never know. A couple of people were speculating that you may get the 1-1 pitch to Yaz. Kisses the black on the outer edge. It's 1-2. Just hit the outer part of the zone. That could signal at some point J.R. Ritchie taking over the rotation spot for Grant Holmes, and he goes to the bullpen. The 1-2. Down and in. 2-2. Good take there by Yaz. I think Weiss likes to start Grant Holmes, even knowing that he's probably not going to typically get more than 4 innings out of him. So that's probably why that was a little bit scoffed at and they wanted to get in front of it. But it's not a crazy scenario by any stretch. The 2-2 swing, roasted up the middle. Ball is going to be backhanded and fumbled by Mydroth. It'll be an infield single for the Yaz, and the bases are loaded with 1 out.
Yes, put everything on it. Don't hold back anything.
Yabba, yabba, go.
Bases are juiced. Ducks all over the pond. And 1 away. That'll bring Jorge Mateo to the plate. Righty-righty matchup. Swing. Whistles it down the right field line, but foul. It's 0-1. The 0-1. The bases juice. We'll pull the screen back for a second. Kicks and fires. Swing. Rifles that back foul. And it's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. 0-0 your score. Fly ball would most likely score the runner. Dubon, the runner at third. The 0-2, did he go around? That look, yep, he went around strike 3. So a disappointing at bat there by Jorge Mateo, down on 3 pitches. And it'll be up to our number 9 hitter, Austin Wins. Maybe he can stand on the plate to try to get on. Is he batting these days? 0-89. First pitch, swing, laces it towards right field, and making the running catch out there is Montgomery, and that'll end the inning. Braves load the bases, but nothing doing. 0-0 your score. 2 hits apiece as we go to the bottom of the second.
What's for dinner? Hey, Chef, what's for dinner?
My favorite. What's for dinner?
Get in my belly!
Blob, the Blob, Blob Barker, Blob of the Hut, and Rub-a-Dub Chub.
What do you want for dinner?
I don't care.
1 large jambalaya, please. Jambalaya?
Piggy can't fit through doorway.
Oh, this is fantastic.
You got my shirt at the Big and Tall shop? When did I make the crossover?
I can't feel my hands. You gonna eat your cornbread? It's the wood that makes it good.
Oh my God, I'm fatter than the skipper.
No and then!
And then?
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 I refuse to play your Chinese food mind games.
You sure you know what you're doing?
Yeah, Chinese food seems kind of complicated. Well, maybe for a less experienced chef.
That ketchup?
It's just a base. You don't understand cooking.
Hey, you know what? I just figured out what I want for dinner. A nice hot bowl of shredded stew.
Gazpacho, por favor.
Por favor.
I'm part Spanish.
Adios, muchacho.
Maybe you're getting cheese balls syndrome.
I love broccoli. It's good for you.
Then maybe you'd like to have a piece.
Vile weed!
Hurry up and munch those fries. We've got to get back to work soon.
One large crab bisque to go.
You want bread? You're pushing your luck, little man.
You know what? I'm sorry. I've had shut-in stew before, and it sure as diddly didn't taste like that.
I'll tell you what, a refill on this delicious exotic tea.
That's duck sauce.
That is good.
We're trying to lose weight.
Fatty McButterpants.
Lay off there, I'm starving.
I'm gonna order us some pizza.
A little neighborhood joint called Domino's.
Domino's?
Everybody enjoying the food so far?
Oh my God, yes. We're gonna come tomorrow night and every other night for the rest of our lives.
Oh, and don't cheap out on the tip. We all know you're loaded now.
What's for dinner?
Welcome back. Chris Sale goes back to work, and the first pitch is a slider off the edge. It's 1-0. Lefty-righty matchup. Derek Hill, the batter. The 1-0 pitch. Swing. Roasts it over towards short. Leaping grab out there by Jorge Mateo. And there's one away. Good defensive play out there by Jorge. Nothing, your score. Bottom of the second. Lefty-lefty matchup. Pitch on the way. Swing, chops it off the instep. Maybe got a piece of Austin Wynns as well. It's 0-1. Gonzalez, the batter. The 0-1. Slider misses outside wide. And it's 1-1. Let's put that back on the strike zone. One count. Turns and kicks. Drops the slider down below the knees again. And it's 2-1. 2-1 pitch to Gonzalez. His first at bat of the game. 96-mile-an-hour sinker. Hits the outer edge. Looks like he wants to challenge this. Oh, he called that a ball. What the hell? He's going to win that for sure. On one, so I keep two up in case one of them fails. One of them had called it correctly as a strike, and the other one had not. So that's what threw me off. The 2-2, I thought it was the batter. Pitch on the outer edge, 97-mile-an-hour sinker, caught looking, strike three, and there's one away. Good to see as was. Will do as was. Two up, two down. Turns and kicks, swing, first pitch. Drops it into left field. It's going to be a two-out single for Little Acuna. And White Sox got a base runner on once again here in the second inning. So we'll go ahead and put the action screen up as Peters, the number 9 hitter, comes to the plate. Lefty, first pitch swinging, chops the sinker off the plate. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Nothing, your score. Bottom of the second. Kicks and fires. P at the knees, 97 miles an hour. Not going to challenge that one. That looked like a strike as well. It's registering as a strike up on our pitch cast. Maybe Wynns didn't want to go to the well that many times. 1-1, flips it over to first. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. It's 1-2. One-two count, swing. Lifts it down the left field line, giving chase is Austin Riley. Foul territory. And he'll run out of room there as it smacks up against the wall, 1-2. Let me look into it tomorrow, as was after the game, because I think I would have to send that to the people that run that shop. Braves nothing, White Sox nothing. The 1-2 pitch. Turns and kicks, swing, chops it over the head of Sale. Ozzy's got it, fires it to first, and it's a 4-3 putout, and that'll end the game, end the inning, excuse me. 0-0 your score. We'll go to the third here in Braves country. Your out-of-town scoreboard looks like this. We've got Baltimore over the Mariners 3-0 in the top of the seventh in Baltimore, Maryland. They're in Miami, and the Marlins lead the Diamondbacks 8-0. Dodgers on top of the Pirates 2-1. That's in the sixth in Pennsylvania. Detroit, Michigan, the Tigers trail the Twins 1-0. They're in the second. In Toronto, Canada, bad news there. The Phillies have a 6-0 lead over the Blue Jays in the fourth inning. And in the fourth inning, good news in Queens. Cardinals 4-0 over the Mets. Rangers trail the Royals 1-0 in the third. Later on tonight, you got the Cubs at the Rockies at 8:40, Brewers at the A's at 9:05. Astros are at the Angels at 9:38. And we got a few games already in the books. This one was a shocker. The Nationals were pounding the Giants. San Francisco came all the way back and won 11-10. Padres 5-4 winners over the Reds. Yankees topped the Guardians 8-4. And the Red Sox 7-5 winners against, or the Rays 7-5 winners against the Red Sox.
Cover the point spread, cover the point spread, cover the point spread, cover the point spread.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way. Swing and a miss by Michael Harris. It's 0-1. Thank you, as was. The 0-1, swing and a miss again, and it's quickly 0-2. The 0-2 count. Kicks and fires. High and out of the zone, 94-mile-an-hour four-seamer. One-two count. Brings it in the dirt. Check swing. Did he go around? He did. Strike three, and there's one away. Yeah, it looked like he went around on that one. It was close, but looked like he offered.
We accept that one.
Thank you, Raymond.
We accept that one.
Shut up! Oh my God, I don't care!
Righty-lefty matchup. Ozzie Albies takes a cutter up top for a strike. Didn't like the call. It's 0-1. We saw a pretty interesting statistic as we bring it down back to the field. Misses outside the zone. One count to Ozzie. 0-0, top of the third. The pitch, swing, golfs it over the third base dugout. It's 1-2. And the Democrats need to get some baseball players. They're losing 11-0 right now. The 1-2 count, rolls it over to second. It'll be a 4-3 put out, and there's 2 down. I also heard that it's bound to get worse because I guess if y'all remember old Mark Teixeira, he's running for Congress, and they expect him to be the winner. So they'll add him to the team. I can't imagine Mark Teixeira wants to play in that game. To me, he'd just be like hitting flies with a mallet. First pitch down and into Matt Olson. It's 1-0. Olson, 2 home runs last night. The 1-0. Brings it. Sinker upstairs. Ball 2-0. But this is a pretty interesting statistic they were talking about earlier today. Third baseman in Major League Baseball, we all know the troubles that Austin Riley has had. It's league-wide, the 2-0. Swing, chopper down the first base line. Now, it's not quite as bad as Riley batting. What's he batting officially right now? 209 coming into tonight. He's just had the one hit by pitch. But MLB, the third basemen are currently batting 235. The 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Cutter, 2-2. And their OPS is 692. The MLB average, and by the way, both of those are the lowest since 1974. The 2-2, check swing, down and in, full count. The MLB average over that time period from 1974 to present day, so we're talking about 52 years, has been almost 30 points higher. Walt Weiss wants to check this real quick. And he says, I think they were checking to see if the ball might have hit Olson, but it clearly did not. The payoff pitch, swing, rams it into right field. That's down for a base hit. A one hopper. And it's a 2-out single for your Atlanta Braves.
This is not watered down. This is Ice House. Ice House. Smooth as it gets.
So the OPS is down a little over 50 points. The batting average is down almost 30 points across the league at third base. First pitch down and into Dominic Smith, taken for a ball. It's 1-0. There was no insight on why they thought that was. But it is an interesting statistic that it's not just Riley, it's across the league. The 1-0. Swing. Chopper down the line. Foul. Grabbed by Gonzalez and tossed into the stands. 1-1. They're calling Acuna's injury a grade 1 hamstring, and Walt Weiss said he did not believe it was as bad as the one that he had earlier this year. Remember, he missed almost 4 weeks on that one. The 1-1. Swing. Lifts it into left center field. That's down for a base hit. That ball's going to get cut off by Peters, and it's a long single as Dominic Smith and Matt Olson are on the base paths. So no score.
This is a time for
runners on the corners.
To step up.
2 outs.
Make us believe again.
You couldn't pick 2 slower runners off the Braves roster right now to be in play there. I I don't even think Harris is scoring on that one. It would have been close. Now, Harris might have made it to second. Smith did take a wide turn and then had to do a head-first dive back into first. They're going to flip it over to first real quick. Not sure why. So it was a long single. Good job by Peters cutting that off. Keep it from going to the wall. If that ball gets to the wall, Olson's going to score. First pitch off of that is a four-seam fastball. Misses high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. Dubon at the plate. On deck is Riley. 2 outs and runners on the corners. We had the bases loaded with 2 outs and couldn't come through last inning. The 1-0. This is high, ball 2-0. On that topic, Martin is at 51 pitches, so a little north of where he wants to be at, but not terribly high. The 2-0. Dubon hits it high and deep into right field, going back, and that ball's going to die just before the warning track to end the inning. Braves put a couple on, but can't get him through. It's 0-0. Pitcher's duel here in the Windy City.
But at the same time, like I said, and me, I'm 56 years old. Damn!
I'm sorry.
I was overweight and looked terrible, but AIDS helped me lose 46 pounds. The AIDS diet plan helped me lose 28 pounds.
AIDS helps control your appetite so you lose weight. Yet AIDS lets you taste, chew, and enjoy. And the appetite suppressant in AIDS is not a stimulant.
AIDS helped me to lose 18 pounds, and it doesn't contain anything to make me nervous.
Question: why take diet pills when you can enjoy AIDS? AIDS helps you lose weight without making you jittery.
Throughout baseball history, there has been 3 different types of ideas. Good ideas, bad ideas, and Charlie Finley ideas. Before Charlie Finley became the owner and general manager of the A's, he was an insurance salesman and worked in the steel mills. During his tenure with the A's, he had some of the wildest ideas. Here are some of the best ones I could find. Thinking that white baseballs were hard for the fans to follow, he decided to test out orange baseballs. Pitchers hated them because they were slippery and hard to grip. Hitters complained that they couldn't pick up the spin on the ball because of the minimal color difference between the orange ball and the red seam. During his spring training game in 1971, Finley tested out the idea of the 3-ball walk. The thought was it would create more offense and shorten the game in the process. The result was much different, and there was 19 combined walks in the only game it was used. Another idea he had wanted was every player to never sign more than a 1-year contract. It would be complete chaos. He grazed sheep in the outfield and even moved in the fences to create more offense until the league made him put them back. He installed Harvey the Rabbit to deliver baseballs to the home plate umpire. He would periodically emerge from the ground behind home plate with a basket full of baseballs. His eyes flashed and the organ would play "Here Comes Peter Cottontail." Heard of a crazy baseball idea or change? Share it in the comments.
A naked guy walks into a bar. Bartender said, "What are you getting?" Naked guy says, "A draft."
Chris Sale goes back to work. He'll flip a slider there at the kneecaps of Chase Mydroth. Started off for a strike. It's on 1. The 0-1. Chops it off his instep. It's
We accept that one of us. We accept that one of us. Google gobble, one of us. Google gobble, one of us. Google gobble. Shut up! Oh my God, I don't care!
the 0-2 pitch. This is high. 1-2.
Google gobble, one of us.
1-2 count. 0-0 your score. Bottom of the 3rd. Top of the order here. The White Sox. Pitch is swung on and fouled back out of play. And we'll do it again. The 1-2. Swing. Laces it deep in the hole. Mateo's going to have to... Oh, yeah, there's no way he's getting that. It's going to be an infield single. Mateo was at the top of his leap when he let go of the ball. It's a good throw, good attempt by Mateo, but there was just no way That ball was deep in the hole. They had Riley playing to pull, so he was basically guarding the line. And it'll be an infield single to get things started here for the Chicago White Sox. Bottom of the third. Four-seam fastball starts us off high and inside. For a ball, it's 1-0. The 1-0. Kicks and fires. Swing. Chopper down the third base line, but foul up against the tarps. 1-1. One count. Sale brings it. Swing. Chopper down the third base line. And Riley's got it. He'll flip it to first, and it's a 5-3 putout. One away on the play. Mydroth moves from first to second into scoring position. He had no chance to go to two. That'll bring Vargas to the plate. Lefty-righty matchup. Vargas will lift one down the third base line. Foul. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Check swing. Down and in. 1-1. 1-1 count. Nothing. Your score. Got to be careful here. Vargas has 16 home runs on the year. One of those guys I talked about. He's not a household name, but he's got good numbers. Miguel Vargas. Been with the White Sox since 2024. The 1-1 misses high and out of the zone. Two 2-1 count. Swing. Pops it up. High in the sky. It's going to be a can of corn in the middle of the infield. Grabbing the ball inside the diamond is Mateo for out number 2. First pitch on the way to Cuero. This is down and away. It's 1-0. Change up. Intercut 90 miles an hour. 1-1. One count. Nothing, your score. Pitch from Sale. Swing and a miss. 98 miles an hour. And it's 1-2. Sale comes set. The 1-2 pitch. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that will end the inning. We'll go to the 4th inning. Nothing, your score. Braves turns to grab the bats when we return. On this date, 1902, Horace Fogel, known for his career as a sports writer, is fired as the Giants' manager just 44 games into the season. The 51-year-old skipper, who will go on to administrative position with the Philadelphia Phillies, will be best remembered for his attempt to turn future Hall of Famer sophomore hurler Christy Mathewson, who had won 20 games a year before, into a position player. On this date in 1972, Hammer and Hank Aaron passes Willie Mays, moving into second place on the all-time home run list. Braves outfielder connects for a grand slam, his 14th, to tie Gil Hodges' National League mark against the Phillies for his 649th career home run, 65 shy of Babe Ruth. And on this date, 1974, Michael Jack Schmidt collects one of the longest singles in big league history. When the umpire rules the ball, he hit off Astros hurler Claude Osteen that carried him off the top of the address speaker, hanging 117 feet in the air and 329 feet from home plate, is a one-bagger, according to the ballpark's ground rules. Rice University Mathematics Department calculates the Astrodome blast would have traveled 550 feet if left unimpeded. Austin Riley's going to lead us off, whether you like it or not. I'm kidding. Braves nothing, White Sox nothing. Even across the board, no runs, 4 hits, no errors. That's for both teams. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch to Austin Riley's a swing and a miss and a slider way outside the zone. 0-1. The 0-1 brings it. Swing and a miss, 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Blew it right by him. It's 0-2. The Dems are on the board. They trailed the Republicans 11-2 in the fifth. The 0-2 pitch. Down and away, 1-2. Man, actually some pretty decent plays being made out there. I thought this would just be horrific, but there's been some decent plays made by both sides, even though the score's not very close. The 1-2. Swing, pops it back foul, and we'll do it again. Martin, 56 pitches in. I don't know who that was, but there's a... Whoever's playing shortstop for the Democrats made a hell of a diving catch in the outfield. The 1-2 pitch. Swing, pops it up. F8 in your scorecard, and there's one away. And they're showing a replay of I believe that was the third baseman for the Republicans that made a diving catch. So two great, like literal web gems, especially when you consider the talent that's on the field. Yastrzemski, the batter. First pitch to the Yaz. Up top for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Cutter high now, the zone 1-1. One count. Swing. Punches it up high. Foul territory, third base side, and just out of range. Vargas, the third baseman, ran out of room. It went just past the screen, and it's 1-2 into the stands. First row. I don't know why they're doing this, but the Chicago broadcasts are showing a couple eating nachos. I mean, is this just an infomercial to get you to buy nachos when you come to the stadium? The 1-2 pitch in the dirt, 2-2. 2-2 count. Pitch on the way, swing, rolls it over towards second. Should be an easy 4-3 put out. It is. My draw to Gonzalez, and there's 2 down. 2 down, and Mateo, the batter. He struck out with the bases loaded his first time up. Batting .287 on the year. Righty, swing and a miss. Off the edge, cutter. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing, lifts it into right center field. That's going to get down where the green grass grows. Up against the wall. Mateo's on his horse, heading around from second, and he will stop at second base. He thought about going 3, but slams on the brakes, and it's a 2-out double for Jorge Mateo. So a good piece of hitting there by Jorge. I know what you're thinking, the same thing I'm thinking.
Not about muscle.
Why couldn't you have done that with the bases?
Calculate the velocity V in relation to the trajectory T, in which G, gravity, of course, remains a constant. It's not complicated.
He's in scoring position and with very good speed. Anything that gets down would score Mateo. But Austin Wynns is at the plate. First pitch, cutter at the knees. It's 0-1. He actually got a pretty good swing on his last at bat where he flew out to right. He drove it pretty hard to right field, but they had him played pretty well, and there was just a jogging catch made out there by Montgomery to end the inning. The 0-1 misses outside the box. It's 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Mateo in scoring position. 0-0 your score. Top of the fourth. Swing. Lifts it into center field, and he got too much air under that one. F8 in your scorecard, and that'll end the inning. Braves 0, Sox 0. We go to the bottom of the fourth. White Sox grab the bats when we return.
Sometimes I call other women's name out in bed just to remind my wife that I have other options.
Little Debbie is not another option.
Top 10 things that women say that make men want to suplex puppies. Number 10, don't watch it without me. Number 9, try this, it's good for you. Number 8, guess who I saw today? I don't care. Number 7, what do you think I meant by that? Number 6, I don't care where we go, I'm just hungry. Liar. Number 5, can we talk? Number 4, you know what would be fun? Number 3, I'm fine. So no sex ever again? Yeah, that's cool. Number 2, I'm almost ready. And the number 1 thing that women say that makes men want to suplex puppies is, it's okay, I'll just have some of yours.
You know, everyone knows you capture a leprechaun, you get 3 wishes, right? So we gotta think very carefully what our next 2 are here. I wish I could live forever. What are you doing? I wish you don't. How about no? Why did you do that? Why did you do that? Why didn't you say, I wish I could live forever? And live forever with you?
Bob Uecker in the Brewer booth, half a century calling Brewer games, and some of the highlights, some of the best moments came from the 1980s. Here's a sample.
They're loaded up here in the 9th inning. Molitor goes to third. Ben Ogilvie to second. Gorman Thomas is on at first. And it brings up Sixto Loscano. Loscano with a big 2-run homer. Back in the 4th inning to tie the game at that time at 3-3 is 1 for 4 this afternoon. Drago from the windup. The pitch to Sixto. Here's a drive to deep right center. Way back goes Evans. It's got a chance to go. Goal! Hey, a grand slam home run for Loscano. And the Brewers have won this opening game by a score of 9-5. Oh, what a finish today.
The relationship between a husband and wife is psychological. One is psycho, one is logical.
Lefty-righty matchup starts the inning, and the first pitch is swatted down the left field line. That's a slow roller, and the rookie Montgomery's on his horse. He's heading to second base, and it's a leadoff double for the White Sox. This kid is impressed so far. He's batting .429 against the Braves these first 2 games in the major leagues. Hill comes to the plate. Braves and White Sox tied up at 0 apiece. Nobody out. Montgomery standing in scoring position. First pitch to Hill is a slider at the knees. 0-1. Iron Lung was asking about Sean Murphy. They're not expecting him back till probably August. Now, the good news is Drake Baldwin, they announced last night that he is heading to a rehab assignment this weekend, which would line him up to come back in the homestand in Atlanta next week like we had anticipated. The 0-1 turns and kicks, down and away, 1-1. Of course, as he is coming off the IL, Acuna goes to the IL. It's a 10-day IL, but that's extremely best-case scenario. I think it's probably more likely 2 to 3 weeks. But you never know. I mean, when they call it tightness, it could just be that, the 1-1. Swing, slaps it up the middle, and that's going to score the run. Montgomery comes home, and it's an RBI single for the White Sox here in the bottom of the 4th. So a good piece of hitting by the right fielder and left fielder of the Chicago White Sox to get the 4th inning going. And that'll bring the first baseman Gonzalez to the plate, batting .320 on the year. Little Acuna standing on deck. Lefty. Pitch on the way. Inside sinker. And the throw's going to come down to second base. They stole that. Was that a delayed steal? I have to see the replay on that. Wins looked like he might have either didn't pick it up. It was a little bit of a delayed steal. He kind of got a jump during the delivery, and then once the ball got to the plate, he had already taken off. I think Wins just didn't see him with the lefty standing in the box. Sinker right there at the knees. It's 0-1. The 0-1 count. Dixon fires. Swing, chopper over to first. Olsen's got it, but that's going to put the Speedy Hill down to third base, and there's only one out, which will draw the infield in for the Braves. So lefty-righty matchup, infield drawn all the way in. First pitch from Sales, swing and a miss slider. To Acuna, it's 0-1. You'd love a strikeout here, but you'd take a pop-up in the infield. Anything to keep the runner at bay over at third. Davis Martin has pitched pretty well tonight. Runs are going to be hard to come by. The 0-1. Slider down and in, try to get him to chase again. It's 1-1. On deck is Peters. The 1-1 pitch. Four-seamer. Just misses high. 2-1. That would have been a perfect pitch for him to swing on because that would have definitely popped it up. I think that's what they were trying to do. To set him up with the low and in and then get him to chase up top to pop it up. The 2-1 pitch. Sale brings it. Slider down and in. Almost gets him in the leg. And it is 3-1. So a 3-1 count. Peters on deck, Tristan Peters, who's 0 for 1 on the day. White Sox lead it 1-0. Bottom of the 4th inning. The 3-1. Swing. Fouls it away. 96-mile-an-hour fastball, full count. The payoff pitch. Swing, chopper towards the mound, left of the mound. Chris Sale makes a sliding stop, grabs the ball and throws Acuna out. What a great defensive play, and there's 2 away. The runner does come home to score, making it 2-0 Chicago. But Chris Sale, my word, what a play. The ball was a high chopper towards the third base side of the mound. He had to slide, grab it as a left-hander, turn, spin, and fire a bullet down to first. And he actually got the quick running Lil Acuna by about 2 steps. So 2-0 your score, but there are 2 outs now. Peters the batter. First pitch on the way. Slider outside wide. Did he go around? He did not. It's 1-0. Braves will have the top of the order due up. When we go to the 5th inning. 1-0. 98 P at the knees. 1-1. 1-1 count. Turns and kicks. Shows the bunt. Chases it off the plate, and it's 1-2. They didn't even have to check down the line. Home plate umpire Chad Whitson rang him up. So a 1-2 count. Braves trail 2-0, but still a long way to go in this one. Bottom of the 4th inning. And I guess that's going to be the end of the inning. They must have called the time violation on the batter. Neither one of the television broadcast teams were really explaining it, but that's okay. That's what we're here for. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
War's over, man. Drop the big one.
Well, since when are you the pudding kind?
What? Over? Did you say over? Nothing is over until we decide it is. And it ain't over now. Who's with me? Let's go!
I don't have to tell you things are bad. It's depression. Everybody's scared. Punks are running wild in the street. The air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. I want you to get mad.
Will you fight? No! We will run! And we will live.
Shame on you. This could be the greatest night of our lives. You're gonna let it be the worst.
In this lifetime, you don't have to prove nothing to nobody except yourself. And after what you've gone through, if you haven't done that by now, it ain't gonna never happen.
Wretched slugs. Don't any of you have the guts to play for blood?
I'm your huckleberry.
I'll put you out of your misery.
Say wham.
You gotta say, damn it, my life has value.
And I'm gonna stay right here and fight for this lost cause.
Intruder.
Yes, you're an intruder. I was having a perfectly nice trip until you walked into my life.
Hey! I'm just lying around.
I want you to get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore!
Right. Psychotic, but absolutely right. We gotta take these bastards.
Are they yelling in Atlanta?
Are they yelling in Atlanta?
I'm as mad as hell!
They're yelling in Atlanta?
Son of a... We struck the mother load!
I'm mad as hell!
I'm mad as hell!
I'm not gonna take.
Welcome back. Michael Harris is second. Takes the first pitch for a strike. It's 0-1. So it was an automatic strike. Got that clarified during the break. Crucell now with 4 strikeouts on the game. The 0-1 to Michael. Swing, lifts it into center field, and fly ball, F8 in your scorecard. 1 away. Fairly well hit ball by Michael, but right at the center fielder, Peters. So we mentioned it in passing at the beginning of the game, but once again, the Braves game tomorrow night looks like questionable at best. Righty-lefty matchup. Ozzie Albies takes it upstairs for a strike. It's 0-1. So, if you look at your broadcast schedule, what we have is a doubleheader set for daytime is the 0-1 pitch. Swing, slaps it into right field. That's down for a base hit. And Ozzie Albies is on with the 1-out single to maybe get things going here in the top of the 5th. Good piece of hitting there by Ozzie. Stayed back on it. Ropes it into right. But long story short, we're supposed to have Cardinals versus Mets tomorrow at 1, Braves and White Sox at 7:40. If they move the Braves game up, obviously that's going to change everything. Matt Olson, the batter, first pitch down and in. It's 1-0. Our first precedent is to bring you the Braves game. But I haven't seen an announcement yet. Sometimes they'll wait till after the game, so just pay attention to our lineup cards, and we'll update it there. The 1-0, swing and a miss. Cutter on the outer edge. It's 1-1. Braves nothing, White Sox 2. Both teams with 6 hits. The Braves just haven't had the timely ones. The 1-1 outside wide, 2-1. We've had ducks all over the pond twice in this game. But each time coming up with the bottom of the order, they just come up snake eyes. The 2-1 count. Olson digging in. The pitch from Martin is chopped foul towards the first base dugout. Evens up the count at 2-2. Standing on deck is Dominic Smith. Wins, Riley, and Harris are the only ones in the lineup not to have a base hit so far. The 2-2. Outside wide, 3-2. Full count. The payoff pitch to Olson. Swing, lifts it. High and deep into right field and making the run at the back of the track, making the catch for a loud out number 2 out there is Montgomery. F9 if you're scoring at home. And he got into that one. Didn't have enough to get it over the wall. If it's a little to the right, Montgomery's never getting to it. But there's 2 down now, and that'll bring Dominic Smith to the plate. Righty-lefty, the first pitch to Smith is a 4-seamer, well off. Outside, 1-0. The 1-0, check swing, you go around. He did not. Ball 2-2-0. Third base umpire Jonathan Parr says he held up. They're going to flip it over to first real quick. Keep Ozzie close by. The 2-0 count. Swing. Pops back the cutter into the crowd, 2-1. Two-one count. Infield back into the right. 2 outs. Ozzie at first. The pitch. Swing. Hammers it. Deep into right field. If it's fair, it's gone. And it is just foul. And I mean just foul. That ball took the wrong turn at Albuquerque. It was heading for the seats and sliced over the foul pole to just miss tying this game up. The 2-2 pitch. Martin kicks and fires. In the dirt, and it's a full count. Dubon stands on deck. There are 2 outs. Man, that ball was so close to getting out. The White Sox are selling hats with graffiti on it at the stadium. What year is this? The payoff pitch. Swing, chopper, changeup, foul. And we'll do it again. I mean, it literally looks like something you'd find in a gas station around 1992. And they're bragging about it, showing it in between pitches on the White Sox broadcast. The payoff pitch, swing, lifts it, high and deep into right field. Looked like he got underneath this one. He just missed that one. That one will die at the wall, maybe a foot or 2 short, and that'll end the inning. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. Braves trail 2-0.
Do you know the difference between wallpaper and toilet paper?
No.
Gross.
Hold on to your seats because today we are talking about the legendary career of a man with one of the most interesting names in baseball history, Urban Shocker. His hooked finger on his right hand, which he broke during a game in 1913, helped him throw his breaking ball and his spitter. His 54 scoreless inning streak in the International League is a record that still stands today. He was one of a handful of pitchers that were allowed to throw a spitball after it was banned in 1920. During a game on July 13, 1920, he struck out 14, 3 of which came at the expense of Babe Ruth. He won 20 games 4 consecutive years with the St. Louis Browns, even though the Browns barely played 500 ball during that time frame. In the first 5 years of what is known as the Lively Ball era, he won 107 games, which was more than any other pitcher in baseball at that time. He lived with a heart condition so severe that he had to sleep either sitting or standing up. He led the league in victories once and strikeouts once. He finished top 10 in ERA in 8 of his 9 full seasons. He also finished in the top 10 in wins 7 times. He made 30 or more appearances 9 consecutive times from 1919 to 1927. Before passing away in 1928 due to pneumonia, his career path would have eventually taken him to Cooperstown. Put this man in the Hall of Fame.
Brett was on top of the world, not just a baseball star, but a bona fide sports celebrity. Still, it never seemed good enough for his father.
I remember one time when we were playing the Angels out in Southern California, and I had won a batting championship and had some success and, was making some good money. And after a game, we were going to a friend of his house that lived out in the Anaheim area. And he just started screaming at me in the car for embarrassing him and the family. I remember one time he was in Kansas City staying with me and my wife, and I had a really bad game. And I just called my wife and I said, hey, what are you guys doing? She said, well, your dad went to bed. And I said, I'm just going to stay here. Tell him I'll see him tomorrow night for dinner. I stayed in the locker room, didn't even go home.
Welcome back. Chris Sale goes back to work. First pitch is outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. Lefty-righty matchup. 1-0. Chops it over towards Ozzie Albies. He'll flip it to Olsen, 4-3. Second to first, 1 down. White Sox lead it 2-0, bottom of the 5th inning. Game where the Braves have been so close to scoring. Got to figure they just keep putting good swings on it. They're going to kick that door through eventually. Atlanta Braves 45-22, 23 games over 500. The White Sox have a winning record as well. They're 4 games up, 35-31. First pitch to Grichuk is off the plate. Wide for a ball, it's 1-0. 1-0. Well outside the zone, ball 2-2. And hopefully everything's okay, but Chris Sale, when he threw that ball, missed the zone by a ton. He had a weird response to it, the 2-0 pitch. 97 four-seamer, 2-1. It might have been just him being frustrated that he missed the pitch by that much. A lot of times when you see that, it's because something's wrong. The 2-1 from Sale. Chops it down the third base line. 2-2. White Sox 2, Braves nothing. The 2-2 count from Sale. Swing. Just got a piece of it. Stay alive. Rolls it back foul towards the on-deck circle of the White Sox, and we'll do it one more time. Grichuk, who's 1 for 2 on the day, batting .273 on the year. Single to left his first time up, the 2-2. Four-seamer way outside wide. That was past pitch-out territory. It's a full count. Chris Sale at 4 strikeouts. He's only got 74 pitches in. The payoff pitch. Swing. Whistles it straight to the backstop. He just missed lining that one up. He's thrown nothing but the four-seamer and slider in this at-bat. Let's see where he goes here. The full count. Slider down and in. Did he go around? They checked down the line. He did not. Ball 4. And Grichuk heads to first. 1 away. Chris Sale's first walk of the day. Runner at first, 1 out, infield back into the left, double play depth. First pitch, 91-mile-an-hour sinker. Bringing it down the pipe to Vargas, 16 home runs on the year. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Brings it. Swing and a miss, 97 in on the hands. It's 0-2. Got to be careful here with Vargas. He also has a slug just under 500, 498. The 0-2 count. Kicks and brings it. Check swing, 99. Did not go around. 1-2. I mean, I'm assuming that these numbers 99 are accurate. He was hitting 98 last week, but he has not been up that high since he's been with Atlanta. The 1-2, 99 off the plate, and it's 2-2. The only thing that makes you wonder is that on the PitchCast radar, it's showing 98, but nonetheless, he's bringing it. The 2-2 from Sale. Swing. Lifts it. High into left field. Coming in. Giving chase. Mauricio Dubon there with the catch. And there's 2 down. Just got underneath that one. Threw him off balance with the slider that he was well out in front. Lefty-righty matchup here. Cuero, the number 4 hitter, the cleanup hitter, chops the first pitch down the line for a foul. It's 0-1. Batting just 188 on the year. He has struck out his first 2 times up. Edgar Cuero. His OPS is just over 500 right now, the 0-1. Inside. Pitch missed well inside. 1-1. 1-1 count. Sale turns and flips. Change up in the dirt, and it is 2-1. 84 pitches. If he can get out of this inning rather quickly, they'll probably send him back out there for inning number 6. He's stacked up some pitches the last few innings. The 2-1 swing. Fouls it straight back, and it's 2-2. Sox 2, Braves nothing. Bottom of the 5th inning. 2-2 on the way. 4-seamer misses well outside the zone once again, and it's a full count. You almost wonder if he might be overthrowing. I mean, he's got this rediscovered velocity up in the upper 90s, but he hasn't been very accurate with it. The payoff pitch. Caught looking, strike 3, punched him out on the inner track, and that'll end the inning. So we get through that. It's 2-0. We go to the 6th inning here in Braves country.
Afternoon, everybody.
What a day. I use a drink. Nothing like a cold one after a long day, huh?
So, how much do you drink? I think I'm good for about 10 or 12.
10 or 12 a week? That's not bad.
Well, a week.
You drink 10 or 12 beers a day?
You counting beers, too?
How reckless of me. I made you all wet.
Yes, but my martini's still dry.
She turned out to be a part-time model and a full-time pickpocket. Oh, yeah. I've been known to drink a beer or two. But then again, I've been known to do a lot of things.
You drinking anymore?
Oh, me? No, I quit drinking,
You
dude.
never gonna drink again? Nope. You wanna stop at the bar by the Chinese restaurant? Just get a quick shot, me and you, and then we'll go? Yeah, the bar they got in the back.
Oh, the Chinese bar? Okay. What's shaking?
All 4 cheeks and a couple of chins.
I thought you said they didn't have alcohol.
Run back to your mix master. Cook up a few more of these.
Cigarette?
No, I never touch them.
Yeah. I suck them down like Coca-Cola.
I expose people to magic. I expose them to something they're never otherwise going to see in their boring, normal lives. And I gave that to them. I may forget about them tomorrow, but they'll live with that memory for the rest of their lives. And that's a gift, man.
One of the women said that she was afraid she might OD.
I thought that was a lemon drop. I didn't think it was tequila.
What's that got to do with me?
You and me are gonna have a small talk later on.
I'll be busy thinking of things to say.
Doesn't your wife ever complain that you never spend any time with her?
Would you?
Could you keep it down to a low roar? Some of us have to work.
Put that money down, pal.
Yeah, I'll be ready.
There goes the 2 weeks at camp I promised the kids this summer.
My birthday, give me a beer, stick a candle in it, and I'll blow out my liver.
Here's to feeling good all the time.
Perfect. Cheers.
Cheers.
This crowd's back into it now.
Welcome back. 2-0 your score. Braves trail, but we'll grab the bats here to start the top of the 6th inning. Davis Martin going back out there for another inning of work. First pitch bringing it, Mauricio Dubon, the batter. Swing and a miss at the curve. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Four-seam fastball fouls it away, and it's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Kicks and fires. Swing. Chops it off the plate. We'll do it again. I don't know how in the world he makes it work, man. That drives me crazy when I see him. I see Mauricio Dubon stepping his foot towards the third base dugout and swinging at a pitch off the plate. The 0-2 pitch. Swing. Chopper. Rolls it to short. 6-3. One away. Does look like the bullpen is working up and going for the White Sox. Maybe Riley's at the plate. Yaz is on deck, and after that it's Mateo and Wynn. I can't imagine you're just going to go to the pen just because of Yaz. As the first pitch on the way is outside wide for a strike. It's 0-1 because they lead by 2. It'd be different if you led by 1. So it may just be in case things got away from them. The 0-1 high and inside, busts them back. 1-1. Cutter misses. One count. Riley's been hit by a pitch and flew out to center, batting .208 on the year, the 1-1. Slider down and away, and it is 2-1. Normally about the spot where if we get something going, you would think they would pinch hit for Austin Wins. The 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Four-seamer up and in and out of the zone. 2-2. 2-2 count. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 94 miles an hour. Blew it right by him. Austin Riley batting .207 on the year now. And there's 2 down. That'll bring Yastrzemski to the plate. Mateo coming to the on-deck circle representing the tying run. First pitch to the Yaz, outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. So James Ray, I don't know if you were getting confused by the fact we were talking about tomorrow's game, but tomorrow's game they're expecting a downpour. The 1-0 misses high and out of the zone. 2-0. And I know the Braves, what they do is they like to just make you come out to the ballpark and buy as many popcorn and soda as possible and then call it. A lot of other teams in our Major League Baseball will move the game up. The 2-0 pops it back foul. 2-1. When I was looking at it earlier, let me double check, make sure it hasn't changed at all. It looked like that you would end up with the window to play this game in the early to late afternoon. The 2-1 inside 3-1. This game meaning tomorrow's game. They are expecting rain on the horizon. Fairly clear skies right now. They are projecting rain for later on tonight. The 3-1 pitch, swing. Hammers it down the line, foul. Full count. But then tomorrow's the big issue. Oh my word, it's... Let's scratch all that nonsense because they're projecting the storm to come in as early as 3 o'clock, so they'd have to get it going super early. The payoff pitch. Swing, pops it up. Out of play. So they couldn't have calling this game if it gets late. That group of storms they have coming in, if it comes in, it's supposed to sit there. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll end the inning. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. Braves trail 2-0.
Hey, I checked my checking account this morning and I got $55.74. I don't know if any of y'all want to match me and see what we could do with TikTok if y'all want to buy it. It doesn't look like many of y'all are going to be able to match me. One person said he had $12. I mean, we could figure something out.
What's the fattest thing you ever did?
When I was 10 years old, my granddad decided to hog the last piece of sweet potato pie from Thanksgiving. So I had to concoct a grandmaster scheme. That night, I went to the refrigerator, and I took that pie tin and moved it all the way to the edge of the refrigerator. And the next morning, my granddad decided to go in there and have that pie that I couldn't eat. And when he opened the refrigerator door, it fell over the floor. It went all over the floor. Because at the end of the day, if I couldn't have that pie, wasn't nobody going to have it.
Can someone point me in the right direction of finding the that thought it would be a good idea to put football stadium lights on the front of their Dodge truck? I'd like to talk to that.
I remember, I think it was 1986 or 87, and I was notorious for being a slow starter. I was happy if I was hitting 210 at the end of April. Well, I don't think Donnie was that happy. You know, we were struggling so bad, and I was talking to him during batting practice a little bit, and I said, you know, you might be the only player in the league worse than me right now. We were both hitting like 188. I said, let's go out and have a few beers tonight. So we went out and had a few beers. Well, a few beers lasted a little longer than a few beers, and we probably got home at 2:30 in the morning, 1 o'clock game the next day. I wasn't feeling all that chipper. And I remember the Yankees came up first, and I was playing first base then. And Donnie got a base hit his first at bat. He gets on first base, and we're kind of sharing a chuckle. He said, I feel like shit. How do you? I feel like shit too, you know? And then I come up in the bottom of the first, and I get a base hit. Now we're all laughing, you know? And I didn't get close to a lot of other players. I really did, but I did it with Don Mattingly.
Like and subscribe today. Braves Country Radio. Braves Country Baseball. Chris Sale will go back to work here. First pitch, swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Sale with 5 strikeouts on the day, the 0-1. Kicks and fires. 4-seamer misses inside. 1-1. 1-1 count. Check swing down and in. Did not go around. 2-1. I mean, the way they are calling this, if they don't get this game in and over within the next hour or so, it's going to be tough. The 2-1. 2-2 right there for a strike. So a 2-2 count. And obviously any kind of rain delay is going to be the end of Chris Sale's night, the 2-2. Swing, lifts it into right field, drifting back at the warning track, making the catch. Running at the wall is Mike Yastrzemski for a loud out number 2. Man, we got to get out of this town before this Montgomery kid starts punching his ticket to the Hall of Fame. He has put some swings on the Braves pitching. He's an impressive kid. Hill, the batter, 1 for 2 on the day. Lefty, righty. First pitch is a slider well off the plate. Taken for a ball, it's 1-0. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. 4-seamer, 1-1. That one was a little ticked down, about 95 miles an hour. One count, 97. Inner track, 2-1. The 2-1 from Sale. Drops a slider there up top. 2-2. Sox 2, Braves nothing. Bottom of the 6th. The 2-2 count. Check swing. Did he go around? They checked down the line. Man, that looked like he offered. Did not get the call full count. Sale did not like that. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Number 6 on the night for Chris Sale. And there's 2 down. Good pitch there by Chris. And Gonzalez will come to the plate. Sale, by the way, this is pitch 99. First pitch is a slider on the outer edge. It's 0-1. Once again, it's pitched a good game. I mean, you can't you can't beat up a pitcher when the offense isn't scoring for you. The 0-1, swing and a miss. It's 0-2. And it seems like the last 3 or 4 outings he's gone out there, Chris Sale just hasn't got the run support the other pitchers have gotten. Oh, 2 count. Down and away. 1-2. The annual congressional game between the Democrat and Republican they've been playing that game every year. I'll have to look it up. They've been playing it a long time. I didn't realize till about 10 years ago that they even did it. As the pitch is peppered away, it's 1-2. So a 1-2 count. But the red team leads the blue team 11-2. Bottom of the 7th. 1-2 inside. Got him in on the arm. Hit by pitch. And that'll bring Acuna to the plate. I don't know if they play a full 9 or not in that. Usually a lot of these exhibitions, they just go 7. That's going to be it. Walt Weiss is going to come get Chris Sale. So his night is through. He does not look particularly happy. They don't want to blow his arm out. Looks like Diddy Fuentes is coming in. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country, trailing by only 2. Diddy Fuentes is in. Diddy Party starting up here in Braves Country. First pitch on the way. 98-mile-an-hour fastball, bringing it. It's 0-1. Little Acuna standing at the plate, runner at first, and 2 outs. Open stance from the right side. The 0-1 swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Oh-2 count. Kicks and fires. Slider misses well off the plate. 1-2. No runs, 6 hits, no errors for Atlanta. 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Chicago. The 1-2 pitch. Outside wide, 99-mile-an-hour fastball. He's going to flip it down to first and smoke him if you got him. He got him. Gonzalez got caught with his hand in the cookie jar. That'll end the inning. Good pick off there by Winslow Olsen. Score that 2-3 on your scorecard. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
Use the left lane to keep left to merge onto I-405 south towards
Mother self-righteous hoe bag of a waffle.
Bill Buckner is mostly known for an error he made in Game 6 of the 1986 World Series. Today I'm going to change that, so here is the career of Bill Buckner. Today at Wrigley Field on May 17, 1979, he went 4 for 7 with a career-high 7 RBIs and capped it off with a grand slam off of Tug McGraw. A year later, he won the National League batting title. A year later, he set career highs in RBIs, hits, and doubles. That season, he also set the Major League record for assists in a season with 184, which lasted 25 years. He was a big part of the reason the Red Sox won the American League East in 1986. His 18 home runs were a career high, and for the second year in a row, he topped over 100 RBIs. Despite a rocky start to the American League Championship Series in 1986, he started a rally in Game 5, which led to Dave Henderson's famous home run. Not to mention he went 3 for 6 in the last 2 games of the series to help the Red Sox punch their ticket to the World Series. His 453 career strikeouts in 21 seasons is usually eclipsed by players nowadays in almost 2 seasons. Even though Gold Glove shouldn't be gauged by fielding percentage, his .991 career fielding percentage certainly should have gotten him a Gold Glove or 2 during his career. He is truly underappreciated considering he ranks 66th all-time in hits and doubles, 51st in singles, and 47th in putouts. So let's give Bill Buckner the credit he deserves and remember him for a truly great career.
Our boys are very close in age and they're very close friends and they get along great with their dad.
I hope you're farther than me.
But you've played 10,000 more rounds of golf in your life.
Yeah, but still.
I don't know about that. You play like every day. It's called networking.
We barbecue and watch sports and they have this banter back and forth amongst themselves. They're kind of like a little clan.
A lot of these guys, they get married at 22, 23. They have a kid. First 13 years of his life, you're gone. Probably weighing into my decision to wait and get married and then have the opportunity and the wherewithal and the time to be a part of their lives.
Has anybody ever looked at their wife and been like, damn it, damn it?
2-0 your score. Jorge Mateo leads us off. The first pitch is a curveball well outside the zone for a ball. It's 1-0. Sean Newcomb's sighting, if you remember Newcomb, on for the White Sox. So good news there. The 1-0 pitch, swing, slice it towards center field. That's down for a base hit. And your Atlanta Braves finally.
Kidding? Not about muscle. Simple physics.
Will bid Davis Martin to do.
In relation to the trajectory T, in which G, gravity, of course, remains a constant. It's not complicated.
And Jorge Mateo leads us off with a single. Martin, that was at 100 pitches. Lefty-righty matchup wins will bat. First pitch swinging, 93 miles an hour. It's 0-1. Braves have the left-hander Rowdy Tellez, so that was not really an option. Eli White on the bench, Kim on the bench. They're hitting .205 and .096 respectively, so they probably figure there's not much to lose to let Wins out there swing the stick. The 0-1 count. Sean Newcomb brings it. Check swing, slurve in the dirt. 1-1. Sean Newcomb coming on with a 2.35 ERA. Ex-Atlanta Brave. For folks who may not remember him. 6'5", 255, 32-year-old. Is the 0-2 check swing? Did he go around? He did not. 1-2. From Brockton, Massachusetts, drafted by the Angels originally in the first round in 2014. The Braves got him in a trade, and he debuted for Atlanta in 2017, the 1-2. Peppers it foul of the first base dugout. We'll do it again, 1-2. He was with the Atlanta Braves from 2017 till the beginning of 2022, where he went to the Cubs. The 1-2 outside wide. 2-2. That was a part of one of the many moves that brought Uncle Jesse back to the Braves. And he went to the Athletics after that for a couple of seasons as Newcomb flips it over to first real quick to keep Mateo close by. Went to Boston to start the 25 season and finished back with the Athletics in 2025. He's been with the White Sox the whole time this year. The 2-2, swing, just got a piece of it, and he'll stay alive there. Deuces wild, a 2-2 count. Braves trail by 2. Tying run is at home plate. Who's not really known as a home run hitter. The 2-2. Swing, and he'll line out to second base. It'll be an L4. Thankfully, Mateo read it and got back to first in time. One away. One down, and Michael Harris, who is 0 for 3, will come to the plate. Ozzie on deck, Olsen in the hole. Braves trail 2-0. First pitch to Michael Harris II, misses high and inside. Went with the slurve. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Kicks and fires. Swing. Fouls it down the third base line. 1-1. One count. 95-mile-an-hour four-seamer right there on the outer edge. 1-2. Ozzie from the right side standing on deck. The 1-2. Swing, just got a piece of that. The 1-2 pitch. Brings it. Swing! Fouls away the 95-mile-an-hour four-seamer right down the pipe. He must have been sitting on the soft stuff because that almost got by him. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. Got him with the slurve in on his hands, and there's 2 down. Filthy pitch by Newcomb. Newcomb's going to flip it over to first real quick to keep Mateo close by. Lefty-righty matchup. Ozzie Albies standing at the plate. His power side. First pitch on the way. Four-seamer well off the plate. Ozzie's not going to challenge it. 0-1. You got both of your challenges. You might as well go ahead and throw one out there when it's that far off the plate. The 0-1 pitch. Swing. Pops it up. Back out of play. It's 0-2. The 0-2. Slurve bending down and in and is banged down the track. He throws a curveball, a four-seamer, a sinker, and a changeup and a cutter, but he really leans on that. Is the 0-2 pitch. Changeup, hit down the left field line. That gets under the glove of the third baseman, and here comes Mateo. He'll put on the afterburners, and your Atlanta Braves will make it a 2-1 game. Be interesting to see how they score that. I don't know if he made contact or not, but he should have made the play. About a 4-hopper, and yeah, he just misplayed the ball. Taking a third look at it, he never touched it. But I still think you got to give an error there, at least on the extra base that is moved. If he comes up with that, he may not get Ozzie going down the line. So it's a one-run game. As Mateo, with his afterburns, man, he can fly. Flying around the bases, comes home to score. Ozzie's at second. And Matt Olson, who represents the going-head run, takes the first pitch for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. 96 down and in. Two-0 count. Dixon fires. Slurve at the knees. 2-1. That slurve that he throws nowadays is much different than he basically threw a 2-8 curveball when he was with Atlanta. The four-seamer misses off the plate, and now it's 3-1. And it was a pretty good pitch. But he got to a point in his career where he just could not control. The Braves gave up on the 3-1 swing, golfs it high down the left field line, but out of play. Third base side, past the tarps, into the stands. So it's a full count now to Matty. Ozzie at second. The infield is back into the right, so anything that gets shot down the left field line is going to roll for days. The payoff pitch, outside wide, ball 4. So he'll head on down to first. And Dominic Smith, the batter. Some kind of conversation going on with Sean Newcomb and company. Oh, it's the pitch comm. Zach Bove will bring it out there, so that'll count as this will count as a visit to the mound because he didn't just relay the pitch comm. He stood out there for a few minutes. So runners at first and second. There's still 2 outs. The Braves have put 1 on the board. Dominic Smith coming to the plate. They will not pinch hit for Dominic either. That was another confusing part about the move they made with Tellez. He's a left-handed hitter. You would have thought they would have brought a right-hander up, if nothing else, to pinch hit in certain situations. Dominguez is warming up in the pen. First pitch, four-seamer. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Not saying that you would necessarily pinch it for Dominic Smith right here, but you don't have a right-hander to go to. The 0-1 pops it up. That's going to end the inning. The lefty-lefty. He'll lose that battle again. And the Braves will trail by 1. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th. Only by 1 here in Braves country. Get up and stretch. First pitch to Ronald Acuna Jr., or not Ronald, Little Acuna. It's a 4-seam fastball. There for a strike, it's 0-1. Righty-righty matchup, the 0-1 swing. Hammers it down the third base line. Riley, one hopper, and Olsen will not end up holding on to the ball. Acuna kind of battered around with his hands, and he's going to turn first and head to second. It'll probably be scored as an infield single and then an E3 or E5, depending on how they want to do that. Probably an E5. Pretty good play by Riley. You expect Olsen to hold on to that. He normally does. It just looked like it kind of handcuffed him when it bounced. I think what happened was he was expecting the ball to come out flat, and it looked like it hit the lip of the inner part of the diamond, and it shot right at him, and he couldn't adjust to it. First pitch is a bunt attempt up in the air, and Peters will be an L5 as Austin Riley makes the running grab. One away. Good defensive play there by Riley, charging in on the play. And Acuna has to head back to second. One down. Chase Mydroth, the batter. First pitch on the way, outside wide slider. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Kicks and fires. Acuna heads down to third. Looks like they got him. They got him. Smoke him if you got him. They got him. 2 down. Acuna wants a challenge, but it looked like the ball beat him. We'll see what we get here from the skipper, Will Venable. He wants to challenge it. And it may just be because what the hell, why not? But he didn't get a great jump, to be honest with you, and the throw was right there. Remember, the key to this is he was called out. It looks like they got him. At best, it's going to be not enough evidence unless we see something here. I don't see an angle that you can change it. It's so close, and we don't get the overhead look like you do in the postseason, that if his hand even, I just don't know how you can overturn that. Not in a game this close where the call was already called out on the field. So we'll wait for that call. And here comes the call. And Big Joe Miller says that the call coming from New York says that he's safe. I don't buy it. I mean, he is right. It's right there. It's a bang bang. And because you don't have an overhead, I don't see how you can overturn that. But nonetheless, they're going to overturn it. And the 2-0 pitch is off the plate wide, 3-0. You got runner at third, nobody, one out, and the infield is now in. The 3-0 count. Diddy brings it. Fastball, 96 miles an hour. 3-1. He had thrown 3 consecutive sliders to start the at-bat. I don't know why they're leaning on that slider when you need to strike out. The 3-1, swing and a miss, and it's a full count. I mean, Diddy's fastball ain't no joke. Might as well use it. Payoff pitch, swing, chopper to Riley. Riley fires it home, and he's got him that time, and that's going to be a 5-2 putout. Good, outstanding play by Riley. He had to grab it, flip it on a line, and a good tag by Austin Wynns as well. He almost got Mydroth leading off of first after the tag was applied home. There's no way for them to overturn this one. They definitely got him on the elbow before he ever came close to hitting the plate. So 2 down and still a 1-run lead. And Weiss is going to make another pitching change. He's doing a lot of these pitching changes with rain on the horizon. We'll be back in a flash. Braves trail 2-1. Welcome back. First pitch on the way. Dylan Lee fires one in the dirt, swing and a miss at the slider. It's 0-1. Lefty-lefty matchup. Andrew Benintendi in to pinch hit for Grichuk. That was why Weiss went to the pen. The 0-1. Turns and fires. Up top for a strike. Another slider. It's 0-2. An 0-2 count. Dylan Lee coming in to try to put out the fire here in the bottom of the 7th. 2-1 your score. Braves trail by only 1. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 3 sliders from Lee. And he gone. We'll be back in a flash. Your Atlanta Braves lead this one, or trail this one, 2-1.
106 miles to Chicago. We've got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
It's happy hour. When wins become losses and losses become wins.
You guys going to happy hour? I'll come for a couple. Just a couple, though. Not like last time.
I need a drink.
When buying a beer, buying only one beer can cause a misalignment in your spine due to the uneven weight distribution. This can cause unnecessary back pain and potential spine issues. To prevent this, carry 2 beers, ensuring your body is balanced and proper health maintained.
Afternoon, everybody.
Put my pants on, one leg at a time.
Does Barry Manilow know that you raid his wardrobe?
Guess what? I got a fever, and the only prescription.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the Intercontinental Radio News.
You're in Braves country.
They're making it laws where you can't drink when you want to.
This stinks!
Pretty soon we're going to be communist country.
This is total BS!
Oh, yeah. Me and the Lord. You gotta understand it. We're on a mission from God.
I'm on the radio every day!
If you want to stop me, you're gonna have to kill me!
And you, music lover, you're next.
You're so drunk you can't hit nothing. In fact, you're probably seeing double.
I have 2 guns, one for each of you.
First pitch to start the top of the 8th inning to Mauricio Dubon. He's down and away for a ball. It's 1-0. Righty-righty matchup. Dominguez on. The right-hander fires the second pitch for a strike at the knees. 1-1. Austin Riley on deck. Yaz is in the hold. 1-1 to Dubon. Just misses. 98, painting the outside. 2-1. Four-seamer and sweeper, the two pitches that he really leans on, Dominguez. The 2-1 pitch, swing. Fouls away the 98-mile-an-hour four-seamer. Out and away. The 2-2. Swing. Just got a piece of that to stay alive. Fouled it out of the mitt. Cuera, if he holds on to that, would have been a strikeout. The 2-2. He has a four-seamer, a sweeper, a sinker, splitter, and curve. The 2-2 pitch. Swing. Dribbles it over towards first. Underhanded throw. And Dubon, they're going to say he's out. Dubon wants to get a challenge here. He thinks he beat him out. It's close. It is really close. I'm looking at the replay real quick. Man, that is extremely close. Here's one that's a little closer. He was slowing down, searching for the... Oh, yeah, he just got him. Just got him. Man, oh, man alive. I thought Dubon was going to beat him out there because he was searching for the bag, looking at toe tap, and Dubon was sprinting down the line. So close. Maybe say a 16th of a step. But he definitely hit the bag just before Dubon. Austin Riley, the batter, 0 for 2 on the day, hit by pitch. Seems like he hasn't hit a home run in about a year and a half. He's due if anybody's due. First pitch to Riley is a check swing, splitter in the dirt. 0-1. The 0-1 swing fouls away that sweeper over the first base dugout. 0-2. 0-2 count. FIFA World Cup begins tomorrow. I don't know all the locations where they're at, but I want to say Chicago had quite a few events there. The 0-2 pitch, swing, pops it up. High in the sky. It's like it's going to be an F9 your scorecard, and there's 2 down with the Yaz coming to the plate. Mike Yastrzemski digging in, righty-lefty matchup, first pitch. Four-seamer, 98 miles an hour, misses. It's 1-0. 1-0. Turns and kicks. Right there on the outer edge, 1-1. So 1-1 count. Two to 1 your score. Braves trail by 1. The pitch on the way. Sweeper outside wide. Two and 1. He's gone four-seam, sweeper, four-seam. 2-1 pitch off the plate. Ball 3-1. Yaz trying to work his way aboard. Mateo on deck. After that, you would think if they had the line moving, Wins would get pinch hit for. My guess would be Rowdy Tellez. The 3-1 swing, chopper right back to the mound, an atom ball, and that'll end the inning. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th, trailing by 1 here in Braves country. Your out-of-town scoreboard looks like this. For Wednesday, June 10th, 2026. Twins are leading the Tigers 4-3 in the top of the 7th inning there in Detroit, Michigan. Phillies in Toronto, Canada lead the Blue Jays 7-4 in the 8th inning. They're in Kansas City, Missouri, and it's all knotted up. Royals and Rangers 3-3 in the 7th. Cubs and Rockies out in Denver. Chicago with a 1-0 lead in the 5th. Brewers lead the Athletics 3-0. They're in the bottom of the 3rd. Astros and Angels 1-0 Los Angeles in the bottom of the 2nd. Earlier today, you had the Red Sox lose to the Rays 7-5 in St. Petersburg, Florida. Yankees beat the Guardians in Cleveland 8-4. They were in San Francisco, California. The Giants came all the way back against the Washington Nationals to win that game 11-10. Washington had a commanding 10-2 lead. And the Pittsburgh Pirates came from behind to beat the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Covered up point spread. Covered up point spread.
9-8, the winner there.
Covered up.
Cards beat the Mets 9-2, and the Marlins beat the Diamondbacks 8-0. That's your out-of-town scoreboard. First pitch on the way from Karinchak, who is freshly up from AAA. Gwinnett to Vargas is outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. Righty-righty matchup. He's got a 2.45 ERA in Gwinnett this year, the 1-0. Curveball drops at the knees, 1-1. A lot of Braves followers have been waiting for the call of Karinchak to the majors. The 1-1. Turns and kicks. 94 high inside, 1-1. The 1-1 count. James Karinchak. 6'3", 215 pounder is the 2-1 pitch. P at the knees, four-seam fastball. 2-2. Karinchak, 30-year-old, out of Newburgh, New York, was drafted by the Cleveland Indians back when they were the Indians in 2017. The 2-2 fouls it straight back. We'll do it again. He was with Cleveland all the way to 2023 when injuries took him out of the game. He's not pitched in the major leagues until tonight. So he's been gone for over 2 years. He's got a career ERA of 3.10. The 2-2. Brings it. Swing. Lifted to center field. Michael Harris is there underneath it, and there's one down. Karinchak at his height had a 2.08 ERA in 2022 with Cleveland. He also had a 2.67 ERA in the shortened bubble season in 2020. In his last season before this one, before injuries took him out, 39 innings and a 3.23 ERA, so a good right-handed arm added by Atlanta. As the first pitch is a strike right there to Edgar Cuero. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Dixon fires. High and out of the zone, 1-1. 1-1 count. Pitch is fouled away. James Karinchak throws a four-seamer and a curveball. That's all he has really ever shown in his major league career. Now, he's been out of the league for a couple of years, so we may see something else, but that was his main calling card was that curveball, dude. Pitch hits at the top of the zone, and it's 2-2. 2-2. Karinchak comes set. Turns and kicks. Curveball in the dirt. Full count. But there are many major league relievers that if they're good pitches, they only need to. The payoff pitch. Karinchak kicks, swing, lifts it into center and drifting over, making the easy catch is Money Mike. 2 down. Braves will have Mateo and then a pinch hitter, most likely, I would think. Well, it depends on who is on the mound, but I would think that Atlanta is going to go with Rowdy Tellez and then back to the top of the order with Harris. Righty-lefty, first pitch. Curveball down and in. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Drops the curveball there on the outer edge. 1-1. 1-1 count. That curveball's been coming in around 80, 43 miles an hour, somewhere in that neighborhood. Four-seamer about 95. The 1-1. Swing and hammered towards left center field. That's going to get over the head of Dubon. Dubon turns and fires it to second, and Ozzie Albies will make the grab, but not before Montgomery has a 2-out double. This kid is having himself a career against us in just 2 games. Montgomery standing at second now with 2 outs. First pitch on the way to Hill is popped up foul and out of play. It's 0-1. Looked like he was trying to drag his way aboard. 0-1 from Karinchak, righty-righty matchup. Looking back, the runner at second, brings it. 95, just misses outside. 1-1 count, Braves trail 2-1. The left-hander, Brian Hudson's warming up in the pen, so they're anticipating Tellez as well. So you wonder if they may counter and possibly go to Eli White. For what I remember from Rowdy Tellez when he was in the majors, he was a right-handed pitching hitting specialist. The 1-1, swing and a miss, it's 1-2. He was consistently benched against southpaws, so I can't imagine that's what they'll go with. But you never know. They may want to ride a hot hand. He has been hitting pretty well down in the minors. 1-2 count. Four-seamer, and then the curve that he swung at in the dirt. The 1-2 from Karinchak. Turns and kicks. Swing and a miss, strike three. Hanging curveball, but couldn't get it. We'll go to the bottom of the ninth, or top of the ninth, excuse me. Trailing by 1. When we get those runs, we'll get to the bottom of the ninth. We'll be back in a flash.
We're a team. One person struggles, we all struggle. One player triumphs, we all triumph.
Well, since when are you the quitting kind?
I don't know, I just don't see the point anymore.
Want to talk about our opponent?
In this lifetime, you don't have to prove nothing to nobody except yourself.
They're bigger, faster, stronger, and on paper, they're just better, and they know it too. But I want to tell you something that they don't know. They don't know your heart. I do. I've seen it. You have shown it to me. You have shown yourselves just exactly who you are. When you take that field, you've got to lay that heart on the line. From the soles of your feet, with every ounce of blood you've got, lay it on the line, and if you do that, you cannot lose. We cannot be defeated. How you play today, from this moment on, is how you will be remembered.
Hey! What's this lying around? Well, what are we supposed to do, you moron?
What? Over? Did you say over? Where's the spirit? Where's the guts? Huh? Oh, we're afraid to go with you. We might get in trouble. Well, just kick my from now on! Not me! I'm not gonna take this!
This is your opportunity to rise from these ashes and grab glory.
Nothing is over until we decide it is! Was it over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor? Hell no! It ain't over now! Because when the going gets tough, the tough get going! Who's with me?
Could fight him with conventional weapons. That could take years. I think we have to go all out.
Want to talk about our opponent?
He's a dead man!
This situation absolutely requires
our opponent.
Dead!
A really futile and stupid gesture be done on somebody's part.
Our opponent.
Dead!
We're just the guys to do it.
Let's go!
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Excuse me. Gotta take my first step toward the Hall of Fame.
And this crowd's back into it now.
Personally, I think we got hosed on that call.
First pitch on the way to Jorge Mateo from Brian Hudson. Misses for a ball. It's 1-0. Hudson's got a 2.40 ERA, the 1-0. 93 miles an hour, P at the knees. 1-1. 1-1 count. Braves trail by 1. Top of the ninth. The 1-1 pitch. Saws off the four-seamer into the crowd. 1-2. One swing ties it. The 1-2. Eli White is on deck, by the way, they just showed him. The 1-2 pitch, swing. Punches it down the line, foul. Infield back into the left. The first baseman, Gonzalez, all by his lonesome on the right side. The 1-2 pitch. Check swing sweeper. Did not go around. And that'll even up the count at 2-2. Good take there by Jorge. Georgie, as his teammates affectionately call him. The 2-2. Swing. Chopper over to second. Backhanded by Mydroth. They'll flip it to first. And it's a 4-3 putout. And there's one down. One down in the book of Eli comes to the plate. Pinch hitting for Austin wins. White Sox will welcome in the Dodgers this weekend while the Braves go to New York to face the Mets. First pitch to Eli White is a four-seamer outside wide. It's 1-0. Same two teams are expected to be back at it tomorrow. A ton of rain is being forecasted for tomorrow night, so they may move the game up to 1-0. Inside, 2-0. There is going to be a challenge here. And he's going to get it right. Just kissed the inner edge for a strike. And that'll leave it up at 1-1. 1-1 count. Both teams, both of their ABS challenges left. The 1-1 down and in, 2-1. The 2-1 count. Turns and flips. Swing. Fouls it straight back. Four-seamer right back to the backstop. 2-2. Michael Harris stands on deck. The 2-2. Hudson, the southpaw brings it. Check swing. Did he go around? They check down the first base line. He did not. And it's a full count. The payoff pitch. Hudson comes set. Inside, down and in, ball 4. So he'll head on down to first.
Cursed be the ground for our sake. Both thorns and thistles it shall bring forth for us.
Lefty-lefty matchup, and we know Eli can fly. First pitch, four-seamer off the plate, it's 1-0. Infield back and to the right, you would think Eli would be trying to move. See if Harris gives him a chance to run. The 1-0, pops it up. Can of corn in the infield. That's not what you want, and there's 2 down. Braves down to their last out. You would think Harris would have waited till at least the first strike to swing because you're trying to get Eli into scoring position. Now, you don't want to give up the hole at bat, but Ozzie Albies 1 for 4 on the day. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way inside. Almost gets him. It's 1-0. Flips it over to first real quick. Eli back. So 1-0 count. Once again, you would hope that Ozzie would wait for the 1-0. Swing, slices it. towards right field, and making the running catch is Mydroth, and that'll end the game. White Sox win 2-1. Tough way to lose that one. That ball almost dropped into the outfield. A slice shot that Ozzie Albies would like to have that swing back for sure. But it was really strange to see these guys not give the fastest guy on the team a chance to try to steal second base when you only trail by one.
This sucks, and it's horse but I'm too polite to say anything because I'm a class act.
There isn't anything to do. We're done. We're licked. What will they do to us? Right now, we're caught as we're wanted. If it's amusement you're after, I guess the game's up. Man, it's all over with.
Oh, what a loser!
So goodbye, everybody, and remember, please, for the next day or so, the terrible lesson you learned tonight.
Oh, no! We suck again!
Braves lose a tough one, 2-1. Chris Sale will fall to 8-5, but no fault of his own. 5 2/3 innings, 2 earned runs, 6 punchies, and a walk. Davis Martin will get the win, go to 9-2, 6 innings of scoreless ball, 6 strikeouts, no walks. He was impressive. Bright future for that young man. Hudson gets the save, and the Braves will lose the second game of the series. We'll try not to get swept. Heck, maybe the rain's the only thing that'll stop us from getting swept here in Chicago. We'll see you tomorrow night. And MVPs, we got a few to give out here as we step away here on Braves Country. Couple of MVPs to circle back on. Got the 5 spot from As Was, Iron Lung re-upping. Everybody loves Raymond with the 5 membership gifting tonight. And Bobby B with the 10 spot. We'll see y'all tomorrow night. Y'all have a great one. Tough loss here. I think somebody jinxed us a couple of days ago. Somebody told us we were just going to walk all over the White Sox. That did not happen. We'll see you next time. Casey at the Bat by Ernest Lawrence Thayer. The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville Nine that day. The score stood 4-2, but with 1 inning more to play. And when Cooney died at first and Barrows did the same, a pall-like silence fell upon the patrons of the game. A straggling few got up to go in deep despair. The rest clung to the hope which springs eternal in the human breast. They thought, if only Casey could but get a whack at that, we'd put up even money now with Casey at the bat. But Flynn preceded Casey, as did Jimmy Blake, and the former was a hoodoo, while the latter was a cake. So upon that stricken multitude, grim, melancholy sat, for there seemed but little chance of Casey getting to the bat. But Flynn let drive a single, to the wonderment of all, and Blake, the much despised, tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted and men saw what had occurred, there was Jimmy safe at second and Flynn a hugging third. Then from 5,000 throats and more rose a lusty yell. It rumbled through the valley, it rattled in the dell. It pounded on the mountain and recoiled upon the flat, for Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. There was ease in Casey's manner as he stepped into his place. There was pride in Casey's bearing, and a smile lit Casey's face. And when responding to the cheers, he lightly doffed his hat. No stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. Then while the writhing pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance flashed in Casey's eye, a sneer curled Casey's lip. And now the leather-covered sphere came hurtling through the air, and Casey stood a-watching it in a haughty grandeur there. Closed by the sturdy batsman, the ball unheeded sped. That ain't my style, said Casey. Strike one, the umpire said. From the benches black with people, there went up a muffled roar, like the beating of a storm waves on a stern and distant shore. Kill him! Kill the umpire! Shouted someone on the stand, and it's likely they'd have killed him had not Casey raised his hand. With a smile of Christian charity, great Casey's visage shone. He stilled the rising tumult, he bade the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher, and once more the dun sphere flew. But Casey ignored it, and the umpire said, "Strike two!" "Fraud!" cried the maddened thousands, and echoed answered, "Fraud!" But one scornful look from Casey, and the audience was awed. They saw his face grow stern and cold. They saw his muscles strain. And they knew that Casey wouldn't let that ball go by again. The sneer is from Casey's lip. His teeth are clenched in hate. He pounds with cruel violence his bat upon the plate. And now the pitcher holds the ball. And now he lets it go. And now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Oh, somewhere in the favored land, the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light. And somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out. Casey at the Bat, Ernest Lawrence Thayer, published June 3rd, 1888. San Francisco Examiner.
Goodbye, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. We're back tomorrow with another show. Well, unless we're fired, we'll talk to you then. Goodbye, sweetheart. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Guys and gals, it's time to go. We'll see you on the next show.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
It's closing time, y'all. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Have a great one. On your way out, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to tip your favorite bartender. We'll see you. I'm Mac McGee, signing off for Braves Country Radio.